ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यम् करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यां तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
परं ब्रह्म परं धाम
परं ब्रह्म परं धाम
पवित्रं परमं भवान्
पवित्रं परमं भवान्
पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यम्
पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यम्
आदिदेवमजं विभुम्
आदिदेवमजं विभुम्
आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे
आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे
देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा
देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा
असितो देवलो व्यासः
असितो देवलो व्यासः
स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे
स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे
सर्वमेतद्वृतं मन्ये
सर्वमेतद्धृतं मन्ये
यन्मां वदसि केशव
यन्मां वदसि केशव
न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिम्
न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिम्
विदुर्देवान दानवाः
विदुर्देवा न दानवाः
स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानम्
स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं
वेत्थत्वं पुरुषोत्तम
वेत्तत्वं पुरुषोत्तम
भूतभावन भूतेश
भूतभावन भूतेश
देवदेव जगत्पते
देवदेव जगत्पते
वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण
वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण
दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः
दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः
याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान्
याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान्
इमांस्त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि
इमांस्त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि
कथं विद्यामहं योगिन्
कथं विद्यामहं योगिन्
तदा त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन्
त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन्
केषु केषु च भावेषु
केषु केषु च भावेषु
चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया.
चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया.
So we saw that from 12 to 15, Arjuna was addressing Krishna by and in the process praising him. Praising him means describing Krishna's nature. Param Brahma means describing Krishna's nature. Hey, you are my cousin, etc. is there. You are my brother-in-law and all that. But no, you are Param Brahma. So cousin and all is superficial, incidental. Brother-in-law, incidental. Remember all these things. Incidental. Incidental means by you've taken that role. I am taking a role, you are taking a role, we are playing a role. Role is not to be taken as Satyam, Paramarthika Satyam. It is Vyavaharika Satyam. Arjuna is saying that. Arjuna has already understood that. Okay. Otherwise, he would be lost in a world of some relationships, etc. And this Bhagavad Gita would not have happened anyway. So Param Brahma, he says, Parandhama, Pavitram, Paramam, etc. We saw till 15 he was saying all that. Okay. And Bhuta Bhavana, Bhutesha, these are all loaded words. And Arjuna could not have said this if he had not understood what was being said. Okay. So and then from 16 onwards, he says, Vaktum Arhasi. Vaktum Arhasi. You should now tell me. You should now tell me little more. That's how we start. And and in 17 he says, Katham Vidyamaham Yogin Tvam Sada Parichintayan. This is where we were discussing last class. We were seeing this Arjuna's request that I want to see your glories. Tell me, give me a list. Okay. Kathaya. He's going to say Kathaya in the next shloka. But here he's saying, how can I parichintayan? How can I meditate on you? Okay. That is literally that's what this is. Parichintayan. Chintyaha asi. Okay. That's what he's saying. Chintyaha means the object. How can you be meditated upon? Chintyaha asi swam. Okay. That's what he's saying in this shloka number 17. So we were seeing last time these glories, which we already know, even before Krishna came into our lives, at least through Bhagavad Gita, we knew the glory of this creation. We already know from birth also from onward. We've been seeing everything in front of our eyes. It's all happening. It's all happening. All these words we speak, how it's coming, we don't know. And mind has to process the words are coming out, and the words are being heard by us, and then we are processing that, and it's all happening. Then we know what it means. Vidya, we know what Vidya is. Every speck in this universe can has so much Vidya in it. And we can break it apart, and Vidya never ends. Okay. And that's why we name our daughters Sri Vidya, Vidya, and so forth. And so that's why when we step on a piece of paper, our culture says no, that you have to seek pardon. You can't step on paper. A symbol, beautiful symbol it is. It says no, paper means Vak, Vani, Vani is there. This is Vani Devi, and so there you have to that vision is entirely different. That's why some people born in this culture already have a head start to Vedanta and so forth. And so here he is saying, Keshu Keshu cha Bhaveshu. In what things? In what things he's going to ask? Okay, because see, you are Param Brahma is already said. Oh, you are Param Brahma. What more do you want? No, no. We always need a finite symbol. Some murti must be there. A murti must be there. I love my son, my daughter. All of us love our parents. Okay. And so we have a picture of our daughter and son. We have children, for example. We have a picture in the house. Why should you have a picture? If you don't have a picture, you don't love your daughter or what? Huh? No, nothing like that. There's nothing like that. Yeah, picture because let I know I love my daughter, no doubt. But when I see her, okay, give me a chance to see her. She's not there at home right now, but give me a chance to see her. As a baby, I want to see her. She's now 30 years old. She has babies herself, but I want to see my daughter as a baby. How beautiful it is. So you have baby and then teenager, and then like that, you have so many pictures on the wall. So why do you need all that? You don't need, but I also need it. That's what he's saying. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. Tell me. Okay. Rather than me providing a list, I want to hear from you. Okay. We need a finite system. Country is to be visualized. Means when you need something. A flag is a brilliant creation of whoever it is. And then they decided we need a symbol. And so every country has a flag. And that's enough. Once the flag is erected, then automatically our mind becomes attention. Okay, now you have to be attentive and also salute the flag. Even when you're walking, just casually walking, when the flag is there. In America, you have this. In India, I don't see that much. We should get that. I think there are some rules they have changed recently. And I was looking at some rules about when the flag can be raised, when it can be hoisted, this, that, some rules are there. 3 days after, 3 days before, some 1 day before, something like that. Some rules I saw. And so, but after that, you can't, the flag cannot be raised. Some rules are there. So for respecting that, as a mark of respect for the country. God, the cloth is not a cloth anymore. It's not just a piece of cloth. It's your entire country there. All the people of the country, the blood of the people of country, the aspirations of the people of the country. All that is there in the flag. And so, like that, we need a flag. Flag is enough. That's enough for us. For us to for us to be patriotic and think about the country. And we can even sacrifice our lives for the country. That flag does that for us. And somewhere somebody said somewhere Bharat Mata, or where it was. Bharat Mata. So India map is there and then Bharat Mata is there. My God, it's so inspirational it is. That one picture is enough in the entire house. In an Indian house, I mean. That's enough. You don't need anybody else's. Nobody is needed. That's enough. You get up in the morning and then you say salute to Bharat Mata. That's it. Our day is done, made. So this symbol, very important for us in Sanatana Dharma. No other religion talks about it. Every religion says, "Thou shalt not worship an image made of hands," and then decried all these images and symbols. Foolish people they are, Puju Swamiji would say, because nobody worships a symbol. When I salute the flag, I don't take the flag as the country. Hey, country to hai. So Vistar hai, it is there all the way going 3,000 kilometers this way. And so we are not confusing this flag to be the country. Hey, the country is invoked on the flag. And then so I can salute the country. I'm saluting the country, even though it looks as though I'm saluting a piece of cloth, my dear friend. But I need that cloth. And every other religion has decried this idea. And so, therefore, this is called alambanam. Remember this word, underline this word. It's called alambanam. Alambanam. Alambanam is what? An object, a physical object, or a visualized object also is okay, on which you can imagine the whole, something bigger. You want to think of the big, you can't think of the big. So I need a small object on which I can think of the big. I can superimpose the country on the flag. Otherwise, also you can salute the country. You have to close your eyes and then somehow you have to salute. How will you salute? You have to think of India map, or you have to think of Subhash Chandra Bose, or you have to think of the Statue of Unity, and then salute the country. Good. That means what? You need something. You need something. You need something constantly. America also they have all these the past presidents. They have Mount Rushmore, this that. They have a lot of symbols. So they have their ways of saluting. Flag is of course there. Flag is the states have flags. and the flags are running. They are they're it's very much hoisted in front of state buildings and all that. So it's a beautiful thing. I like that. And so this is called alambanam. Alambanam is a concrete symbol which I can use to invoke the infinite Param Brahma, the alambanam. Now, when you talk about alambanam, then there are two types of alambanams. First alambanam is in our puja room. We have Krishna is there with the flute. Saraswati's picture is there. She has a veena. Okay. Ganesha is of course there. All these are what? These are all forms which are look like human beings. They're in the shape of human being, no doubt. And they have angas, they have various parts and which you can recognize. And so that anything that has a form, a human form like that, Vahana is there. So Modaka, everything is there. So you can visualize. So these are all called what? Pratima. Pratima. Pratima is a word for it. Pratima means a form which has limbs, which looks like a human form. That kind of a form is called Pratima. Then there are other forms. Like what? Like Saligrama, like Banalingam, Shivalingam. No form. Not a human form, etc. You can't see hands and legs there. Just some form is there. Some rock is there. Somebody goes to Gujarat, and they said, I went to Narmada, and then we get them brings this rock. This is Shiva, Then what will you do? Immediately you take that rock and put it in your puja room. That's it over. Shiva, somebody said it is Shiva, becomes Shiva. That's it over. That is called Pratika. First one is called Pratima. The second one is called Pratika. Pratika, a form which is just not a human form, and that becomes Pratika. Pratika is very important for us also. All our forms are not Pratimas, many Pratikas we have. And if I ask you in homas and yagas, you've done so many Navagraha Homa, Ganapati Homa, and all that. Tell me which Pratima you've been using. The Pandita is coming inside the home. He asks you to keep everything ready, right? What are the things you kept ready? The coconut, you kept ready, all this camphor, this, that, petala, the betel leaves, whatever he asks you keep. Brati, here they will ask you to get this brati. Brati means this cow dung made the dried cow dung, let's say, okay, slabs. And that's a fuel, that's a sacred fuel. Like this, they may ask you to keep all these things. Bricks are there, everything is there. He never told you to keep a picture of Devi because Chandi Homam is going to be done. Tell me, in which Chandi Homam have you seen a picture? From outside, you look at it, you won't know what Homa they're doing. You won't know. Okay, are they doing Ekadash Rudra Homa or Chandi Homa? There are two different Homas. No, you won't know. Why you won't know? Because there is no sign at all, nothing, no form. Pratima is not there at all. Pratika, Pratika. That Agni is the Pratika. And before the Agni was started, this what do you call Kumbha is there and water is there inside. So Varuna Devata, water has become a Devata before. The water that is used to do Prokshanam for all this entire Homakunda and that entire area, that water which has no form is Pratima. Correct? Like this Pratima, the entire Homa is done. There is absolutely no Pratika. Unless you listen to the mantras, you won't know who is doing what kind of Homa is happening, you won't know. You have to ask somebody what's going on. Ganapati Homa, they will say. Then after that, they will do Chandi Homa. So like that it goes. And so this is very important for us. The greatest Panditas will not ask you for a Pratima. Will not ask you. At best, they will put a lump of haldi and then make a lump of haldi and then put it right there and you won't know nothing. If you don't watch all this, you won't know what's going on. But they put a haldi and then Asmin Haridra Bimbe Mahaganapati Mavahayami. Is it Pratika or Pratima? Haridra Bimbam. Pratika. Correct.
Pratikam.
Pratika. Because no, you can't figure it's just formless. Formless. That is enough. Therefore, we are not worried about having a form and all that. We need a form, but we are not worried about any particular type of form. Okay, that's how beautiful it is. Therefore, we can worship anything. Cow. You look at this cow. I don't know if you've seen these pictures of the cow. Okay, and they will have all devatas. They say 1008 devatas are there in the cow, different parts of the body of the cow, and you see pictures of all these things. Over. That's it. If you have a cow, you have devata at home. That's it. You don't need anything special. You don't have to go to Rameshwaram get this lingam. You don't have to go up to Jammu and Kashmir and get that lingam and all. Nothing is needed. Cow. If you can worship a cow, over. Okay, I don't have a cow. Tree? Is there a tree? Yes, there is a tree in front of my house. Okay, that's it. Over. You can worship the tree. Every day in the morning, just go there, do 10 rounds, and then say a mantra and put some haldi and kumkum, and that's it. Over. Tree is worshipped means the whole world is worshipped. Param Brahma is worshipped. This is our culture. And so, uh, we don't need any pratima. Pratikas are also enough for us. A drop of water is enough for us. And so, snakes are worshipped, rivers are worshipped, trees are worshipped, planets are worshipped. Navagraham is there. Navagraham, can you believe all this? Navagraham is the entire solar system, the entire planetary system is there in Navagraham. And we are supposed to go around 9 times or whatever. There are mantras. Oh, from Soma onwards, Soma, Mangala, all these mantras are there. Okay, Buddha, and then Thursday, Guru, Jupiter, and then Shukra, Devanancha, Rishinancha, Gurum Kanchana Sannibam, Buddhibhutam, Trilokesham, Tamma Namami, Brahaspatim, Brahaspati mantra is there. Shukra is there. Shukracharya is the Acharya, Vaityanam, Paramam Gurum. Like this, there are mantras. When you go around 9 times, you can say. Every time you say one mantra, come back. Another mantra, come. Then Surya, of course, is there. And Rahu and Ketu. Over. You don't need anything else. So this is the idea. This is so Arjuna is asking for what? Tell me some pratimas and pratikas. I wanted to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Okay. So keshu cha bhaveshu. Shankaracharya bhaveshu says vastushu. Vastushu means objects. Tell me certain things that I can appreciate in this world. I already have seen it with my eyes, and then I'll hold on to that. If you tell me, I'll hold on to that. Okay. So tell me alambaneshu. Tell me some alambanams. Okay. Can be pratika, it can be pratima, but tell me that. And so that bhaveshu, in those glorious things, I will imagine your glory. I can see your glory. Chintyaha asi, in which you can be meditated upon. Chintyaha asi. And of course, previously he said, what is that word? Parichintayan. Parichintayan means what? Meditating on those objects which you will tell me, then you will become chintya. Means I can say you can be meditated upon on those objects. You as in Param Brahma, Parandhama, Pavitram Param Bhavan, that you I want to meditate upon. Then so that chintyaha, upasyaha, dhyayaha, object of meditation, object of dhyana. Okay? And so our Shastram is filled with these kinds of upasanams. So Brihadaranya Upanishad, Swami says, begins. If you go to Google and look at the Brihat, it will start with Ashwadhyana, Virat Dhyanam on horse. Ashwa. Mantra number 1.1.1. It says, Ushava Ashwasya Medhasya Shiraha. Okay. Usha. Usha means the dawn. Dawn. Dawn is what? Just before sunrise. It's becoming bright, but you can't see the sun. That period is called dawn, right? Just the beginning of the day. And Ushava Ashwasya Medhyasa Shiraha. Shiraha, head. You visualize the horse and then take the head of the horse. Head of the horse, imagine that to be the dawn. Visualize horse and then imagine dawn on the horse. On the horse. Okay. Ushava Ashwasya Medhyasya Shiraha Suryaha Chakshuhu. After dawn, what happens? Sun rises. Okay. So next to the head is the eyes. So look at the eyes of the horse and then imagine sun. Suryaha Chakshuhu. Then what? Vataha Pranaha. Then the air Vayu is what? Imagine the horse is breathing, obviously. And so the horse respiratory system is all there. Imagine that for a minute. Imagine. And then think of that as air, which is there everywhere. And that air is you can see it right there in the horse that I'm visualizing now. Okay? Like that, this whole mantra just goes on like that. Agnihi Vai, Vaishwanaraha, Vyattam, mouth. Focus on the mouth of the horse. Then Agni. How can Agni be there in the mouth of the horse? Yeah. Just imagine the horse running and look at the power there. And imagine just flames shooting out of the mouth of the horse. If you want, you can do that. That is Vaishvanara Agni. Beautiful it is. My God. And so, like this, it goes on. And so, Parichintayan, by visualizing Paran Brahma in the things that you're going to tell me, the bhava, the bhaveshu, vastus that you're going to tell me, I want to know. Simply meditation is not enough, but what is the purpose of this meditation? I can know your para prakritihi, as was told in the 7th chapter. So I can know that param brahma. Through apara prakriti, I want to access para prakriti. Beautiful it is. Okay. And so we do that even in our Sandhyavandana. Apova itakum sarvam Vishwa Bhutanyapah Pranavapaha, like that. So we take a glass of water. This water is there. That's all. Sandhya Vandanam is a prayer that will last 10-15 minutes or more. Okay. And it's a worship stuff from start to finish. You won't see any pratima. Nothing is there. What are you worshipping? Nobody knows what you're worshipping. Only you have to ask that person, who are you worshipping? Surya Devata we worship. Gayatri Devata we worship. Like this, we are worshipping. But nobody knows this. Unless they know what's Sandhyavandanam is, they won't know. Because eyes are closed and we are doing like this. And then some symbols, we'll be doing all these things. Gayatri Mavahayami, Savitri Mavahayami, Saraswati Mavahayami. Avayami means what? Now I am invoking Saraswati in myself. Not outside, it is inside me. She is there in me. And then Gayatri, Japa, Om Bhurvasvaha, Tatsaviturvare Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat, Om Bhurvasvaha, Tatsaviturvare. Just close the eyes, keep on saying it 108 times, or as long as you want. It will take 10 minutes minimum if you do it properly. And so, this is common. This is common in our culture. Okay, if you don't do Sandhyavandanam, you'll be doing something else. That puja. Okay. With Pratima, Pratika will be there for a bit. Okay. And so this is how the visualizations we all do, but we may not be paying attention to it. So when you chant Vishnu Sahasranamam, the first part is all Vishwarupa Dhyanam. Then only once you invoke, that invocation of Vishnu is there. Don't forget that. We should focus on that. So next time somebody says, let's skip Dhyanam, let's start with Om Vishwam Vishnu Shatkaro, because time is not there. That too, this Vishnu Sahasranamam will go on and on. And you need some time for it. And you have to look at your watch, because do I have this much time? Half an hour time do you have? You have to look. But if you do it, you say, you know what? Let's do Dhyanam. You have to invoke Vishnu. Let's invite Vishnu to our house first. That is Dhyanam. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Pradannavadanam Dhyayet. Prasannavadam Dhyayat. Look at Vishnu. Imagine him. He's smiling. Look at that. Sarva Vignopashantaye. He's going to come. Why? Because all these obstacles I don't like. So he will take away all those. Like that, you visualize, talk it out, think it through at least one or two shlokas, and then come to Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkar. And where each word is now loaded. Loaded. Like here, Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha, Jagatpate, Deva Deva Jagatpate. Loaded words. Shankaracharya has written a commentary on each of these words. Maybe if we are blessed, we will get a chance to look at Vishnu Sahasranam meanings of those words. Okay, so this is the background of this. And then we look at the intrinsic nature of those things that Krishna is going to talk about. So, if you take gold, for example, gold. Gold, when you meditate on, imagine gold as an object. Then we meditate on the actual attributes of the gold, intrinsic attributes, which is what? Shining. Gold is shining. Gold is dense. Gold is malleable. You can bend the gold, it's malleable. So it can make various forms with that. Those are all the actual attributes of gold. Today, gold is costing 4,000 rupees a gram. No, that is not the intrinsic value of gold. That is human projected value of gold and keeps going up and down. And no, that you don't meditate on. Gold, if you want to meditate on, you have to meditate on the actual attributes of gold. Of course, just an example here, but here the actual intrinsic attributes is what is intended here. And so, why intrinsic? Why the value of gold is not intrinsic? In case it's a surprise for you, then you better start thinking about it. Because I told you, in a planet where there is gold everywhere and only a few rocks, what kind of jewelry they'll be wearing? They won't be wearing golden jewelry. They'll be wearing rock jewelry. Then you go there and say, "What? Crazy people! Oh, so much gold is there! Oh my God!" And they'll be shocked, and you will be shocked. Everybody is shocked. And so that is how life is. Okay. And so you can invite them here to India, and you can go there. You can trade places, and then you can't stay for too long because the gold is invaluable there. But if you have value for gold, you have to take the gold and come to India. Only then you can. And after some time, they will say supply, all it balances out, and gold will keep on increasing in India, and then gold will reduce there, and then there will be confusion after that. People were living happily, and then you create confusion by doing all this trade. Okay. So anyway, that's just a joke. So, Tvam Sada Maya Parichintayan. So, Tvam. So, who am I meditating on? On you, Tvam. Sada, always I want to do this. Hey, Bhagavan, hey Bhagavan. He's addressing Krishna as Bhagavan. And then Vidyam. This Vidya, he's using the word Vidya here. Why? Because true nature. He's now talking about true nature. I don't want to know all this. This Bhagavatam and all I finished off. And I know your story and all the glories, all the things you did, I know. You killed all this Kamsa, Chanura Mardanam and all I know. But Paraprakriti, Vidya, I want to know Vidya. So Vidya Maham and that higher nature, Paraprakriti and that Vishwarupam, going towards Vishwarupam, taking us to Arupam later. And so first Vishwarupam. And so it's beautiful. So Indians are never confused about this many devatas. We can never get confused. For us, it's a joy and it's a freedom. For us, it's a freedom. And but other religions are conditioned to think differently, one particular form, etc. And so they don't understand us at all. They can never understand us. The minute they understand us, they will change their religion immediately. And so, um, therefore, Katham Vidyam Aham. Hey Yogin. He's using the word Yogin. That's an address here. Okay. Two words are used. Hey Yogin in the first line and Hey Bhagavan in the second line. Hey Yogin means you are the greatest of the yogis because I am now going to meditate. So you are the greatest meditator. He's invoking the meditator on Krishna and say Yogin because I want to be a yogi like you. Okay. And so you are the greatest of all yogis, all meditators. And so, what is the benefit of doing all this? Well, benefit is that my mind is now expanded. Now I don't look at objects as just objects. That is it useful for me? Not useful for me. Do I like that? Raga, dvesha. No, raga, dvesha is all gone. Now, when I look at a horse, and then if I do this meditation, I will not look at the horse that way. I will, when I see the horse, I said, "Oh, the entire universe is walking in front of me." Cow, entire universe is walking in front of me, and I will just prostrate in front of a cow because there is no other choice. They say holy cow and all that. In America, they use this word holy cow. I used to know what it was, but now I forget what it is. Later on, maybe in Satsang we can check up. But maybe it's in India, we consider it holy or something, but there is some other meaning there. But yeah, everything becomes holy for us. Swami Paramathanandaji says, when I look at a river after doing this meditation, then I won't say, oh, great place for me to, jump and kill myself. No, that's not the way I think like that. I'll say, hey, Bhagavan is there. And so now with a prayer, I will get into the water and purify myself. And when I have a fruit, is I will no longer just simply munch it off. And I'll say, hey, this is a glory of Ishvara, Bhagavan, that I should be hungry and that there is something for me to eat. And here comes a nutritious object in front of me, not an object anymore. It's a blessing. So everything becomes a blessing. Whole life becomes every day becomes a series of blessings, one after the other. Ishvara there everywhere. Then afterwards, I'm not looking for Ishvara somewhere anymore. So that's the transition here. Beautiful it is. And so from that's why prasada buddhi. That's how we start prasada buddhi, right? Now it is not prasada buddhi. Now it is vibhuti darshanam. Vibhuti, correct? Prasada buddhi I've been having all along. No vibhuti. I'm seeing Bhagavan's manifestation everywhere. I heard a bird chirp. Oh, bird is chirping. Bhagavan is trying to tell me something. Look, that's the glory of this bird. Many cities there are no birds. Indian cities, birds are not there. Bangalore, they say sparrows are not there in Bangalore. Something like that I've heard. They've forgotten. Children growing today in Bangalore, they don't know what a sparrow is. That's how bad it is. So we have to appreciate the glory. Therefore, this is from Prasada Buddhi to Vibhuti Buddhi. Correct? That is where we're going. So let's see the meaning of this shloka. Katham Vidyamaham. Always contemplating. Okay? Always contemplating. How can I know you? How can I know you? O greatest of yogis. Always contemplating. How can I know you? O greatest of yogis? Question mark. Or greatest of meditators. Yogi can be anything, Karma yogi and Jnana yogi. But here, since it's going to be all this, purpose of this is Dhyanam, you can say Dhyana yogi. Next sentence. And in which things, and in which things are you to be meditated upon by me? And in which things are you to be meditated upon by me? Hey Bhagavan. I'm not translating the word Bhagavan. So let's see that again. Always contemplating, how can I know you, the greatest of yogis? You can add the word O because it's an address. Okay? So O, the greatest of yogis, question mark. And in which things are you to be meditated upon by me, comma, hey Bhagavan. Okay, let us chant the next one, number 18.
I'm supposed to chant Guruji, but there's a power failure and I'm not able to, my camera is not coming on my phone. I'm trying to connect through the phone. I'm not able to.
Yeah,
So
can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, Guruji.
So that's enough. Just repeat after me. That should be enough.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Guruji.
Even if you can't see, that's fine. Just repeat after me.
Yes, Guruji.
Vistarena
Vistarena
Atmano Yogam
Atmano Yogam
Vibhutincha
Vibhutim Cha
Janardana
Janardana
Bhuyah Kataya
Bhuyah Kathaya
Triptirhi
Triptirhi
Srinvato
Shrinvato
Nasti Me Mritam
Nasti Me Mritam
Vistarenatmano Yogam
Vistarenatmano Yogam
Vibhutincha Janardana
Vibhutim Cha Janardana
Bhuyah Kathaya Triptirhi
Bhuyah Kathaya Triptirhi
Srinvato Nasti Me Mritam.
Shrinvato Nasti Me Mritam.
Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. Can't hear now.
1 minute. Hey Janardana. Hey Janardana. This is the address here, right? So here Shankaracharya gives two meanings for the word Janardana. Okay. First meaning, look at what he says. So Ardh for Sanskrit students, Ardh is the root. Okay. Ardh means Gatau Yachanecha. So it has two meanings. Dhatupata himself says two meanings are there. Gatau in the sense of going and Archanecha in the sense of Yachanecha. Sorry, Yachanecha. Yachane means in the sense of asking, requesting, begging, okay? Pleading. Okay? That two meanings are there. Okay, he's given both Shankaracharya. So, first meaning, in the sense of going, in the sense of going. His meaning is like this. I just read it. You don't have to note this down. Ardhatehe gati karmanaha. Okay, ardhatehe, for the word ardh, there are two rupams, two meanings, gati and karmanaha. Rupam. Okay, so the gati is to go, and karmanaha rupa. Yachyate itiva. Okay. Gati karmanaha rupam. Okay. So that gati karmanaha, first meaning he's telling, gati karma. And here what he's saying is Asuranam Deva Pratipaksha Bhutanam Jananam Narakadi Gamayatritva Janardana. Look at this. He's saying Bhagavan is there and these devas are there, asuras are there. These asuras are constantly giving problems to devas. And so the asuras have to be punished, And Janardana is the one who gives punishment to these asuras. And how do they get punished? Well, God doesn't have to do anything special to punish anybody. And their own karma palam is there. And that karma palam, adrishta palam, papam, punyam, everything is there. And through their papam, they only earn the papam, and that papam themselves punishes these asuras. So that is one meaning of, if you take that gati meaning of ardh, then he says dushta jana. So dushta, the jana that becomes dushta jana, which means rakshasas, asuras, and then asuras, the one who punishes asuras, within brackets, through their own karma phalam. Gati there is karma phalam, correct? It's gat karma phalam. And naraka adi gamayatritva. By sending them to naraka, etc., it seems. So, gamayatritva. Okay, one meaning is janardana. Okay, that is one meaning. Then, so the giver of karma phalam to asuras is equal to janar. That second meaning. Okay. Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Purushartha Prayojanam Sarvaihi Janaihi Yachyate. This is the second meaning. Yachane, asking, requesting. Janaihi Ardhyate iti Janardana. This Janardana is the one whom everybody is begging, it seems, constantly. Asking something or the other. All you have to do is you have to just raise yourself up. I pray here, I ask for something. Then my prayer is over. Then what about prayer is over? Means that's it. Now what about your neighbor? Oh, neighbor also is praying. Okay. Then praying. This side neighbor, praying. Front, that side neighbor, praying. Back side neighbor, they're also praying. What about people going on the street? They're also praying. My God. Then what about you keep looking around? Everybody in India is praying. What about other countries? Are they praying? Yeah, they're also praying. So these prayers are all going where? Different devatas, it's all going. But finally, Krishna says, I'm the guy. Finally, everybody comes to me. So we saw that mantra earlier. Therefore, 7.5 billion, 8 billion, I don't know how many billions now it is, but so many billion people are praying. Janaihi means by all people, Ardhyate is equal to Yachyate. The one who is prayed for by all people, Janaihi, is called Janardana. Okay? So next time you do Janardana, all these bhajans and all, you do the word Janardana comes, then you know, oh, two meanings Shankaracharya has given. And you can tell your friends those two meanings. And they say, what? Yes, Jani, how did you know all these things? Like that they will ask you. And so now there is somebody called Adi Shankaracharya, and then he's written a bhashyam to all these things. So he's the one who told us all that. Okay. Then so one who is the receiver of petitions from all people. That is Janardana. Then Kathaya. Kathaya. That is the verb here. Kathaya. Please tell me. Tell me. Kathaya. Means here Kathaya. Because Katha means story. So Kathaya means elaborate. Don't be brief. I have time. Please make time for me. Okay. I'm not in a rush. Okay. Kathaya. Okay. Atmanaha yogam. What do you want? What should you tell me? You should tell me Atmanaha yogam. Atmanaha yogam. So the capacity that anybody has. Okay. The other day, a couple of days ago, we saw a dance program of our trustee Surita's daughter and Shishika. And so very well she danced. And that capacity she has. And she has this, she's accomplished, she's playing guitar, she's playing this keyboard, and she's singing Western music, she's singing this one. She's of course dancing. Primarily the people have come to see her dance, Ranga Pravesha. And so obviously she has all these capacities. So capacity is there. But simply by looking at the person, you can't identify the capacity. So that capacity that is there in the person is called yoga. All of us have some yoga. That yoga here is called that potential, that shakti that is there in each of us. It's called yoga. Okay, and everything in this creation has yoga. Everything doesn't matter. Even a seed, small seed, you pick up. Pumpkin seed is there. Pumpkin seed. It is going to create a pumpkin tree. Creeper and all will come, and pumpkins will grow out of that. So capacity, that shakti is there in that small seed. If we allow the seed to grow without swallowing it, because they are now selling pumpkin seeds, they say it is very good for something. It has some chemical, something, some nutrition it has. Fine. So you allow it to grow, and then it has a capacity. Every seed has a capacity to produce a tree and produce more fruits and more seeds. How much capacity that is? And so, but the pumpkin seed can only produce pumpkin. It can't produce mango. You can't say, I like mangoes, but I only have pumpkin seeds. No, you want mangoes, you have to either buy mango, go to the store, or you have to get a consultant and then, you know, um, sow all these seeds and then wait for the mango to come. And so But that's all the capacity they have. Great capacity. I can appreciate the capacity, Shakti, yoga. There, the yoga here means that capacity, not some other yoga. Okay? And so, that capacity. But Bhagavan's capacity is what? Not something specific like this. All these specific capacities, Shaktis, yogas, are all encapsulated and you bring it all together. That is Bhagavan. That is Virat. That entire Shakti is there, right? And whatever, what, from where all these Shaktis emanate, that is Bhagavan. And but I can't visualize that. It's impossible for me to visualize it. Therefore, you tell me Shakti after Shakti. Yogam Kathaya. Yogam Kathaya. But then this yoga capacity, you can't, by looking at a person, you don't know whether the person is singing, has a capacity to sing or not. What should they do? They must sing. They must dance like Shishika did. They must dance. And so only then you can know. Therefore, the dance has to be done. That is called vibhuti. Yogam vibhutim cha. Look at the cha. Cha means and. And two things are there. And yogam, capacity is there. You tell me about your capacity through the vibhuti. Because through vibhuti only I can understand your capacity. Okay. So a singer is singing, and then I can appreciate the capacity he or she has. And so that is so here what we say is that Shakti is Karyanumeya. Maya Shakti, that Shakti is not visible. Karyanumeya means through Karya means what? Through a manifestation alone, I can appreciate the Shakti. Correct? Something has to come out. That I'm Pratyakshama, I have to see all these things. I should hear all these things. Then that is Karya. That is Vibhuti. Young child is doing all this, chanting Bhagavad Gita from bottom to top and top to bottom. You say, my God. And our Acharya, where it was going on in Andhra Pradesh and Hyderabad, I saw this. And they say, okay, the 15th shloka of the 13th chapter. This child is saying, back to back, continuous, it's going on. And Acharya himself is looking at the child and all these children and just said, my God, what a glory that is. What a glory that is. And this child is saying it. Saying is a glory, no doubt. But then even more Shakti is there in the child. And so, Karyanumeya. Vibhuti is perceived. Pratyaksham. Yogam is inferred. Okay? Yogam is inferred. You can infer the Shakti from the Vibhuti. Vibhuti is meant for our appreciation. I mean, for our perception. And then through the perception, I can appreciate the Yogam, the Shakti. Okay? So, that's the idea here. Vibhutim cha, Yogam cha. And now, Krishna is going to feel bad because he's going to say, you've not been paying attention. If you look at the 7th chapter, and if you go to the 8th shloka, I already started telling you all these things. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi shuryo pranama sarva vedeshu shabdakhe paurusham rishu. Like this, I was telling you, what were you doing, Arjuna, at that time? And okay, not so many shlokas, about 4 or 5 shlokas I was telling you. And then again, I repeated in the 9th chapter somewhere. If you go turn the pages to the 9th chapter, I think if you go to the 16th shloka, Aham Kraturaham Yajnaha Isvadaham Aushadam Mantro Hamehame Vajyam Aham Agniraham Hutam. The list of shlokas there. About 4 or 5 shlokas are there. I told you all these things. And maybe you got an idea from there. But I told you all that. So it's like telling somebody who has told everything was over. And then you ask them you said, tell me, as though nothing was said. Which Swamiji says this story. He says, see, in our marriages, traditionally at least, in Tamil Nadu, they used to have what's called a concert, a music concert. A singer will come with accompaniments and then will play a concert. After the marriage is over, during reception time and all, they will play. And some marriages, they happen. So just for entertainment and things like that. And so this, the concert is getting over. And then he did a piece, long piece, on some raga, some malcounts in or Hindolam, both same thing. Like Hindolam in the south, malcounts in the north, they say. So Hindolam raga, the entire piece was sung, and then ragam, talam, pallavi is done, and pallavi is an elaboration, and then all this kalpana swaram, and then everything done, elaboration, the creativity of the singer, everything comes out, and then Taniyavartanam. Taniyavartanam means all these players, the tabla players, and mridangam and violin and all, they are given a chance, 5 minutes, 10 minutes they're given, they will play that same raga and they will show their own creativity. It's called Taniyavrata. All that has happened, 45 minutes going on, and then concluded. And then this being a marriage, there's a problem here. The problem is everybody's talking to each other because they're meeting after a long time. How are you? Hugging, everything is going on, and all cries are there. The concert, you can't hear the person singing. Period. You can't hear. I'm amazed. I will just walk away from all this. I said, I won't even accept all these invitations because this is meant for people to listen. And this concert, this marriage singing has to stop, I think. It's an insult to all this. It's an insult to our tradition. I don't like it. So, anyway, they come and sing because some money is given. It's their duty, they do. I tell you, they're all gods. And, uh, and so, nobody's paying attention. Somebody started clapping. In the front seat, he's sitting, he started clapping and all. And so, he's the only one who's paying attention. So at least he was happy. Okay, one person has been listening to him. And then it's all over. Then that person comes forward and says, I have one last request. Please sing Hindolam. Malcounts. Please sing a piece on Malcounts. Already this man is a little upset because nobody's listening to him. Now he finished the entire 45-minute piece on Malcounts Hindolam, and this man comes and says, "This I like Ragam Malcounts. Please sing one piece on that." Previously he was slapped in this cheek. Now he is getting slapped in the other cheek also. This is Puja's family's joke. And so Krishna must be feeling bad. I told you, I think I told you. And so Krishna will be feeling bad. Now, that Krishna told us, I am telling you, and if you don't know all this, I must be feeling bad. So, no many people feel bad in this process. And so, but then fortunately, that's why Arjuna is telling here, Bhuyaha, Bhuyaha, Bhuyaha Kathaya. Tell me again. That one word is a saving grace. Tell me again. Means I know you told me. You told me. I've heard that, and I do remember all that. But I want, tell me again. And why should you tell me again? Shrinvataha triptihi hi nasti me. Shrinvataha, I'm the one who's listening. Shrinvataha means of me, who's been listening to you. Triptihi nasti. Tripti is not there. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. Me, mama tripti nasti. That I didn't get that satisfaction. And sometimes you like something like a sweet or whatever you like, you take a piece, and then you take another piece because satisfaction, it's so good. I want one more. Okay, I want one more. And then you may go for a third. But after the fourth or fifth, then what happens? It becomes nauseating after that. After some time, that's it, over. No more. You know that you just stop. And then you can't keep on eating it just because you used to like it. 5 minutes ago, you liked it. Now, if they give you, what will you say? I like it, but I don't need it. Okay, that's what you say. So things become nauseating after a while. But here, even after Krishna said so much, it can never be nauseating. Therefore, you should tell me again. And why should it not be nauseating? Amritam. Because it is Amritam. It is that imperishable. They translate this word as nectar, etc. Nectar, etc. Okay, nectar is fine. But it's Amritam. It's imperishable. It is you. It is a story of you, my dear friend. It is not even the story of Krishna. It is your story Krishna is telling. Therefore, it cannot be nauseating. Somebody says you're great. No, you never scold that person who says, told you are great. You'll invite him. "Oh, nobody has told me I'm great. Am I great? Really? Tell me a little more. Why do you think I'm great?" So that feeling we get. Therefore, because it's Amritam, Bhuyaha Kathaya, tell me. And how should you tell me? Vistarena. Elaborately, you tell me. Don't just say I'm busy in this and that. Just keep some time aside for me. Then Vistarena, tell me everything. Previously, you said 4 shlokas in chapter 7 and then 4 shlokas in chapter 9. Now, you don't stop with 8. And so now we can expect a few more shlokas. That's the indication Arjuna is giving us. So let's translate the shloka. Please describe again in detail. So this I'm writing from Swamiji's translation. Please describe again in detail the wonder and the glory of yourself. Yoga and Vibhuti. So wonder and glory, these words will not do justice for Yoga and Vibhuti, and based on your understanding. Yoga and Vibhuti, wonder and glory of yourself. Hey Janardana, or Hey Bhagavan, or O Lord, because I, the listener of this nectar of words, because I, the listener of Amritam. So Amritam, you can say nectar of words / imperishable truth. Also, you can say, because that's imperishable. So it is Amritam is used. So because I, the listener of this nectar of words / imperishable truth, comma, have no satisfaction. Have no satisfaction. I, the listener of this nectar of words or imperishable truth, have no satisfaction. Please describe again in detail the wonder and the glory of yourself, He Janardana, because I, the listener of this nectar of words or imperishable truth, have no satisfaction. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.